ɛsɛ kɔ so bio ɛba NPP ne NDC a mɛmo wɔn nsɛnsɛm deɛ ɛne ɛwɔ kyerɛ nimdeɛ nim so mu a ɛne na wato adi yɛntie nsɛm a ɛkɔ so ɛnɛ yi ɛwɔ yamanyɔsɛm yi mu na yɛntumi ɛmfa bi ɛnso ne yɛhwɛ baabi ɛsoso a ɛde bɔde wɔ no ɛnso ɛbɛfa nsɛm bi ɛretwa gu a mempɛ sɛ mede ma no bɔ so koraa yɛnkotie nsɛm bi mmra na yɛba a deɛ aka biara nso no yɛde bɛtoa wo so pɛ sɛ wode comment ɛbɛto aseɛ na ebiem koraa mpo no pɛ sɛ wobɛsubscribe to yɛn channel no na foforɔ nso so anya bi ahwɛ anya bi atie na other news bi ɛfa wo biara no yɛtumi ɛde ama wo when it comes to politics and governance whether NPP NDC deɛ a nimdeɛ news ɛwɔ ɛberɛ ɛde ma wo paa nsɛm bi ɛretwa gu ɛnɛ yi ɛwɔ Ghana mɛmoa about their politics na nkurɔfoɔ pii na nso na ɛkyɛ wɔn adwene ɛwɔ nsɛm yi ɛho bɛnim sɛ wɔn nso wɔ adwenkyerɛ yɛtie nsɛm yi mmara sisi a na yɛba a yɛaka biara no yɛde ɛbɛtoa wo so ma remfi sɛ ɔbɛsubscribe sɛdeɛ mede kaka kyerɛw no yɛntie mmara sisi a na kyerɛ w'adwene nso ɛwɔ ho
mmea nkurɔfoɔ nko a ɛya ada four candidate ne deɛ ɛyɛ obiara de ade nti na baomia nko a na ɛyɛ ne ya ɛna baomia so no ɛsan yɛ ne support ne sene bi ɛya wohwɛ obi sɛ Kwame Sefa kan ate sɛ ɛyɛ ne ya sɛ saa pros wei no ɔmɔtwam ɛyɛ Kwame Sefa kan ya sɛ ɔmɔtwa saa pros ne mu ɛna ɛsan yɛ baomia team fo nyina nya ɛnti witimi no somebody kan aka sɛ Kwame Sefa kan deɛ me no ɔmo hwɛ ne show no kwa but I don't understand no because what is on the bia no one way nko a ɔyɛ campaign no edi mma baomia straight forward until sɛ minipa Kwame Nkrumah tikɛseɛ on the baby a ɔma wo deɛ yɛn no hwɛ Kwame Sefa kan esu na ɔsu ewi a wɔsan kɔhwɛ obi a wɔsan temi keda pon nipa so ewi a bɛsa baba
voting ya di dedi abam dey asa
say every time I be internal primaries, we set up a committee with the presidential election committee.
Okay.
And they say Papa Joe Wise.
Yes.
And I chair the presidential election committee.
Yes.
Now say Omono have the mandate from the party to set the rules for the election. Proxy voting on same PMP yenyanoma omo amanone they have a vote. In the MPP, primaries are the external bodies So UK, US, all the countries that have MPP branches have a vote. The Scandinavians, I think there's 3 votes per country. Some of the countries have 6. But what it means, they say, I will say, omono iyinipa eba tuabano. Let's say Sweden, 3 people have to come from Sweden to vote. Denmark, 3 people have to come. I think the US and the Americas, because they are bigger, their numbers are bigger. So the number of votes they have, also mutunipa bagana na oba na obe vote in at the election. But in Pimpinia na ibia emre any logistics ni ibia nyumenti no omutumi etunipa bako. Any people na ba or the proxies while omo aka ho no are voted by proxy. The infant said the Scandinavians now more 12 votes no. Omutumi etunipa bako. No the 11 proxy votes aba.
Okay.
That's so in here said nipa 12 ni na for plane aba. 18 no eno na say presidential election committee decided say they will not allow proxy votes. Obia or pesa oto aba no. The dedicated number for that country muntu nipa no na onye den onfa plane emra na ometo abano, and that is what the back and forth is for me.
Kojo mintiase o say obia ewo amanone etimi beto.
No, the number every country bia no your number e dia momo.
Okay, so mbetimi abeto
ometu say the vote as per constitution.
Good. Inti identity na fe dia mo se monya bio.
They have the vote. Nobody is saying they are denying them the vote.
So what is it?
As per the constitution, there's a set number of votes country biano ewo. The chairman is saying say Oma Omon Twabao. He is saying say ewo say Oma ba nipane ba in person. They will not allow one person to carry 11 votes or one person to carry 5 votes.
Why?
I know dear Mr. Unya chairman and me. I don't know why. No, in the past we've always allowed. In the last election, the proxies were allowed. Why the proxies don't be allowed now? No, and no, I don't know the reason behind it. Fine. He's a secretary to the committee. He can explain a bit further the decision. Oh, there be because I said the pros and cons.
Okay.
I don't think they arrive at it lightly and they just arrive at it. So one person would disenfranchise it. I think there's always a reason. Decision be better. No, I'm not privy because I'm not part of the committee. Maybe times I can be phone calls be but me try nipa from Alpha just to get an in-depth. By the time I ever pono, no mommy information why they decided say omunya progs in the no. But I don't think say it will create any problem. Say the one say it is the number of people that have to find the logistics and come. It's not a big deal.
Because Semisha Daily Guide, the Wokrata, yes, say chairman of Sweden branch, Richard Oti Abuaji say ono the petition be on my traba no ono on count or chin who film. It is as if say inti asibi near Juma.
So ono so no air back the decision say also biaba. He is backing the decision say progs in Injai because Kwame is also abused. Patron Mikase Minchro.
Metie.
US. Let's say let's use the US. Let's say the US has 6 votes. Now omo il fami se memra na member you're giving me a proxy to vote 6 times. Because guess what happens? They give you a proxy to vote a certain number of times. And Tinipa Bakuna all bano. Or to be voted 6 times. And never said the Scandinavians, no, all the Scandinavian countries have 12 votes. Each will vote 6 times.
Okay.
And Tinipa no question vote 6 times. No, who do you know he votes for? Because many 2 Bizabembra. Abia me pay Dr. Baumia. But Abia year 2 Miabano, the decision is that to trema asumesi, not to 2 Emma asumesi, because that's the decision of their caucus. Near to Abagana with the proxy. How does anybody know who you vote for? There is a problem I think the chairman of the committee is trying to solve.
Maybe so one question. In this day of tech.
Hello, Ghana.
Chairman of the committee is trying to solve.
Maybe so one question. In this day of technology. For technology in Tomaba.
Debbie. I think when it comes to election voting, paper. Technology problem.
I don't have tech problem.
As Florida, hanging votes, hanging chats. I'll go versus Bush.
But that was the year 2000.
No, but today, still, America, they are still having problems with digital voting. Election there, Kwame, me say, you need me a voting electronic massa because technology I could do Pepensubia. Urafi Asame C. Was it 2016 December? Aropana, Yenina airport ho. You say that they are terminating the votes there.
West.
Okay. Maybe a Ghana gas was here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sort of misinformation can burn a country.
Yeah.
Intimate voting there, Yayan Kratanisa. Ebe boyen pa because I know the gani compromoting team so no be a hubi. Now say electronic digital and your ma abefu to me no Kwame. Obi president amount.
Playing a kind post on your Facebook page for Team Ken no you are in total support of party decisions proxy voting omu for January 31st. Sanet here.
When you are daily Canada. Na mama pasem no me mono tofa na enye nchitia party no election committee no enche kwa no mo ede wo communication about say afi edi mabato e beto no wono mo ebi positive vote afim na wono mo raise almost high tier wono mo they protected the integrity and sanctity of your process no because if you look at the mood of the party, let's say bit of mistrust and the other no, and Tiadibia, a baby did mistrust, Nama, a compromise the integrity of the process. No, yeah, you support it. If you want to buy any who is any class, because any crime said be a book. General election crime will be an Yakwena bed, but we've noticed from previous elections, especially the 2023 general prime minister choir, a baby say Nipan will be paid and some money idea, especially through this electoral injustice. One of the ways I want more scheme through our proxy voting. Of course, we don't want to go into the history, but can they get some data or work in the 2023 prime minister? Bobby, a bear or say, Ushimupa, about 7% of the votes need to over. Yanka and come here the Coca will be for the
Hey, how did you know that? Musi den who sir?
Oh, say so be data analysis. So be data analysis, but I mean sometimes in the name of peace and of course the unity of the party, no. Rebecca said they're more, they're more money than the but I'm telling you, say,
but data analysis when they move how people voted in the ballot box, a secret voting, no? How would you know?
Say, baby, to say now the year you can call Northie, so confirm voluntarily. Or more about report to say or more can, but your choice zero in any. Unfortunately, the main general election betrayed us because polling stations are almost 200% ma Europe in the general election they all had zero. And we know polling stations, some of them we had constituencies, some of them we had as high as 197, 200 votes. Your own kata said based on yes, your coalition, but yet is a check and a data point. And I'm saying, say, if you do a computation of all these figures, you will come to the realization, say, can vote or no, and meaning at the man. Maybe let's say maybe it could be a clerical error. But the point is, say, that's why I could read here. We need to make sure, say, we protect the integrity and sanctity of it. And I make us say one of the ways, one more every year, and this scheming and manipulations and maybe let me not even use scheming and manipulation. Let me say compromising the process, through these positive processes. Will be on principle, can Japan team against for external branches coming to vote. But we are saying there should be a comprehensive approach. So be a bit say you take it a bit and as I said, plainly a better a do Europe, a do America, any other. Let's see all their numbers. Democracy has always been expensive. External branches is not a problem. But situations will be Ghana here, any party Ghana here, so not you are fair more before a handful. You are fair more before influential individuals. You will say, over to our Ken, and I want to quite certain direction. You are fair more now issues of threat and warning, yeah, the Usu and the Reman are not one from, and the father of Uncle. Over to the assigned form with indirectly, you are signing a proxy for, so that they are own quarter. And we have the history from the last election. Before Ghana, one more about two proxies or more on Nare or Nashi, just because a particular candidate felt that he cannot trust them. Decided you could general influential person be any media. You have to then disclaim your right to exercise your franchise, Mianko proxy. You see, all will distort the integrity of the person. What a booking abu leak audio na abana. I know making allegations very wild like Tampa or non a trend or for drawing delegates to threaten them. So if no man controma, can no man controma, one more imagine say, Yasha delegates, Susan Controma can. Never Makushia booking abu. More no moon. The only thing they will say is, oh, then do proxy. Now you will say you indeed have your votes. And these processes and instances anyway will compromise the integrity of the election. If you have no channel and one machino, a cross or a yanka, one with Sabia, any proxy in the infim. Wow, bit about to after all, the general elections will be out of 18 million, about 18 million voters, a voter, Arbon, no be at the and indeed, even if we still bring proxy or we don't bring proxy, whichever is not everybody who can still come and vote. But why would we look into OBN and can't will be said, will be beating a electoral box in the let's say 50 or 70 times because a Nipa 70 or more a right higher the Amano. No proper system of verification or cognitive rules on the after saying Amano. And to say that they are that way
but rather than banning proxy voting in its entirety, why won't you rather push say proxy voting should be done, but this time you put in all the checks? For example, one person cannot be proxy for more than one other person. Inti obi a person auto proxy bia no get a different person now on tomorrow. The situation where one person would be proxy for 30 people, for 10 people, for 20 people, should not happen. And put in place measures, because again, the right to vote near constitutional, and it should not be seen say a fetter is being placed on anybody's right to come and vote. Inti rather put in place systems, proxy, rather than banning it completely. No?
Bobby, right to vote is constitutional.
Yes.
But the exercise of right also goes with responsibilities.
Absolutely.
Right to vote. You can even renege on your right. At the same time, so you must take up your right. And at the end of the day, it's a balancing act. And the balancing act, what is the total effect that we are looking at? The total effect is to have a processor. And our candidate beyond could yaw and can't say we will see the process we are now process way the same. And the day and then if indeed love the party, won't you mean sorry? Maybe I won't say but of course, won't you mean mouse we don't lose anything, so it doesn't benefit any of the candidates. It doesn't go in favor of A or it doesn't go in favor of B. It is also the more reason why we are saying say one more for one or two reasons, especially in Mobuchi. We also want to why can't you also get a different process of also getting all of them to also come and vote? And Obi, about to young Cotton Stadium, they will all be in the various constituency. It is all constituency in I think we should have easy ways to go and do it. In any event, Obi, the proxy bow down for proxy amount. Still, people will not even exercise their right to franchise.
Yes.
If you are doing the balancing act and you are looking at the decision at proxima very close to protecting the integrity of our election there. Let me we will stand with the decision of the election committee. But I don't know say now the petition now because the election committee does not have the right to powers to make the decision. The National Council, the overturn. But the good thing is that there are other people on also more external branch, almost the counter petition about that petitions in if a 30, a day about more papers, almost where they are not part. Will be take it from me. The proxy free man. There is no way that about me I will get more than 40% in this election. The proxy free man. The proxy way a way to spin things to favor a particular candidate.
But is that a fair comment to make, especially when you have no basis to make such claims?
Obi, I have given you a history of how Kennedy Japan suffered electoral injustice in the last election. I don't speak in a vacuum.
No.
I'm a lawyer.
I'm not saying you are speaking in a vacuum. I mean, you've not proven say Kennedy Japan diena usunya 0 no. Sa number no. You've not proven say Anko Eho. Why do you think they call Dr. Baumia?
Obi, the other contestants,
yes.
One more, if for instance, my analysis is my analysis, let me know about 7% of my votes. Other contestants, why did you up to 7% people?